Welcome to the Work Hard People's Podcast. Hope everybody's doing great out there. Hope you're having an awesome day. Co-host Emma, she is not able to make it. She's feeling pretty bad. So if you all, if you're a praying person, go ahead and shoot a prayer her way that she heals quick and could be back with us next week. That's the plan anyway. And I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Brandon, he good old big sexy. He had a previous engagement, so he won't be able to make it this week either. So this week you're just stuck with me. Hopefully that's enough, but could be a long show, could be a short show. Who knows? I do like to talk, but I thought maybe, especially since it was just me, I'd tell you all a little bit about what's been going on the last year because it's been a crazy year, and I've been through quite a bit. And I believe that what I've been doing might help you if you're in a similar situation. So hopefully that is the case. But last year, I had the opportunity, Brandon and I, we went to the Arnold Classic last year. And I got back Sunday and went right to work. The next day, I was coming off a step and I slipped and literally snapped my foot in half. Complete displacement fracture of the metatarsals. Snapped the second, third, fourth, and fifth metatarsal, and it literally slid up my foot. It was a pretty bad break, and I'll show you some pictures. But started getting that taken care of. I was probably at that point in time, I would say, in the best shape of my life. I was feeling really strong. I was cutting up, felt really good. I had spent probably 3 years previous to that really just getting myself back in shape. You know, I found myself in a position where I wasn't happy with myself, right? And I get to this point and everything was going really good. And all of a sudden this happens. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? How do I manage this? So I ended up having to have a couple surgeries, lots of screws put in. I'll be having another surgery. I was supposed to have the surgery Friday, but they ended up having to bump it. So it'll be this coming up Friday. I'll be going back in for another surgery because I have a bone that is, it's actually this bone right here on your foot is literally trying to punch through the bottom of my foot. So the doc's going to go in and fix that up. But I tell you all this, and it's crazy when I look back on the year and think about it because, yeah, it's been terrible. I haven't been able to work. I can only really be up for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour at a time, sometimes a little longer. Then I got to get my foot up. But after surgery, I was literally stuck on the couch for 3 months. And as you can imagine, if the doc was very worried about blood clots. So if you can imagine being stuck, especially someone like me, I'm very active. I always like to be doing things. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I usually don't go to bed till 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I am always on the go. And you go from that to being stuck on a couch with your foot up in a cast for 3 months. Couldn't do anything. The doc didn't want me doing anything for 3 months. He was just worried about blood clots releasing. So I was stuck. So as you can imagine, I kind of was feeling a little bit down, a little bit depressed. And I was trying to figure out, what can I do? Well, there was a fitness group that I belong to, and it's the Demo Crew by Axe and Sledge. And there were some people that I had some conversations with online. I didn't know them very well, but we'd had some conversations. But what I did notice about them is they were all very genuine people. When they talked to people online, they were always encouraging. They never put people down. They weren't chastising people. They were always trying to be uplifting, strengthening, helping, encouraging them to get the best out of them. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put together a little group in Facebook Messenger. I'm going to reach out to these people and see if they wouldn't be interested in joining this little group, just so that, in my own selfish reason, I really want them to kick me in the butt. I knew that I was going down into this place, this hole mentally, where I didn't want to go. I needed someone to tell me to get off my ass and do something. So I reached out to them, and graciously they all accepted. They all joined the group, and they would encourage me and give me advice and just talk, just listen. I could just, I could get on there and dump. I could do whatever I wanted to, and these people, we've all become very good friends, and we talk almost, I'd say, daily for the most part, and we're always very encouraging to each other. We're excited about what each other's into. But they really got me through a dark time, and I really appreciate them. Emma is one of those people that was in that group, and also a guy by the name of Jesse Flowers. You'll get to meet him next week. He's going to come on the show next week. He's got a really good story, but they were all very encouraging, and we're like-minded people. We have some of the same passions and interests, and so it was nice to get that encouragement from relatively strangers. I mean, yeah, we talked a little bit online, but they're just relatively strangers. But they came to my aid when I was in need, and for that I am forever grateful. Because they helped me just, flip that switch back in my mind and get things squared away so that I could start thinking about doing the things that I love to do, regardless of the situation that I'm in. And you hear me at the end of every podcast say, don't forget to smile. I say that because it doesn't matter where you're at, it doesn't matter how dark the day, it doesn't matter what struggles or problems you're dealing with. There is always a reason to smile. You can find something. There's that one person that loves you, that one person that is there for you, that group of people that you put together that are there for you, and you can draw on that strength and find a reason to smile. So that's what I did. I just always started looking for the silver lining. Hey, I'm not going to be able to do what I was doing for work. The doctor told me I'd never do it again. So I had to rethink. What am I going to do? What's the next chapter in my life? And fortunately for me, I was able to. I really began to see it as a blessing, because I just started thinking about the time that I would be able to, I traveled a lot at work. So I was gone basically Sunday afternoon through Friday afternoon. So I started thinking about, man, all this time I'll be home, I get to spend with my grandchildren, with my wife, my children when they come by. What a great opportunity to re-nurture some of those relationships. And I just ran with it. And I was in the trucking industry, and it just was a great opportunity for me to think about, how can I help other people maybe in my same situation? How can I uplift and strengthen them? And what are the best ways to go about it? So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm currently writing a book called Trucker Fit. And when I started getting back in shape, I did it all in the truck. It was a learning curve. It was hard because I was gone for a week, so I had to figure out, okay, what food is the best in the truck? What's going to keep best in the fridge in the truck? What can I cook on Sunday that I can still eat Friday morning, right? How am I going to do that? How am I going to structure workouts in the truck? I mean, yeah, I can take some dumbbells with me, but what can I do? Well, I went from, I don't know, about 320, 325. I had let myself get away up to, like I said, 320, 325. And I got down to about 240 pounds and ripped. And most of that was done in the truck. I mean, yeah, I would on the weekends go to the gym when I was home, but but most of the hard work was done in the truck. And I developed workouts. I developed different recipes that I could use in the truck, different cooking things that were easy to use. I didn't want things to be too complicated because I was on a very limited schedule. So I needed them to be fast, easy. I needed them to fit my nutrients, the things that I needed for my body, and I needed to put in the work. And so I'm putting together this book to help other truck drivers do it, because the trucking industry is one of the most unhealthy industries out there. These ladies and guys that drive trucks, they are out there working, 14, 18-hour days. They are always chasing a clock. They're always being pushed. There's not a lot of healthy food options in truck stops. Most of it's fast food, or you get something out of the deli. There's not a lot of good choices for them. So and for me as well, which is part of the reason I got myself in my own situation. It's personal choice, but I had to find a way to change that. I had to find a way to be able to eat right and do certain things. And through trial and error over a couple of years, I was able to put together a very good program. And like I said, got myself in great shape. And I want to do that for them. I have this template that I used, and I want to be able to pass that on to them so that they can use it for themselves and get their health back. I mean, I had high blood pressure. My blood markers were terrible. And now everything is really good. But I'm doing that right now to give that back to him. And all these ideas, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but all these ideas, they really spawned from that core group of people that I surrounded myself with, because I saw them doing great things in their life, right? And I was like, hey, yeah, I'm down right now, but I can do great things too. Because we all have greatness inside of us. We all have a way to accomplish a goal or do great things. It's just about making choices, right? It's just about figuring out in your mind, what is it that I need to do? How do I do it? How do I go about it? And not being, this is the part that really drives me crazy. I don't know what it is about society, but we are so egotistical. We are so prideful that we won't even ask somebody for help. What are we all on this planet for if it's not to serve one another and help one another? I mean, I can't see it any other way, and we won't do it. I'm guilty of it myself. But I was down, and I asked these people for help, and they came to my aid and lifted me up. They strengthened me. And I've been able to accomplish quite a bit just sitting on the couch. I can't do a whole lot, but I can lift some dumbbells. I've learned how to do cardio sitting in a chair because I can't do anything with my foot or walk. Um, my doctor said that I could go to the gym and do machines as long as I wasn't putting, pressure on my foot. So I do that. I do what I can. I found workarounds to get myself back into shape again. And I've been able to do that. So, anybody can do it. You got to do it here first, right? You got to get that mind right, and having a good support system, uh, people around you that truly care about you, that truly are vested and excited for what you're doing. That's very important. My circle is not big. It is very small. It is those few people. My brother. Um, I have another decent friend that doesn't live too far from me, and my family. And I mean, that is it. It is very, very small. It's very intimate, and I'm very careful about the people that I let in that circle, because I don't care what you're into, what your religious beliefs are, or any of that. I don't care. None of it. The only thing I care about is your character and who you are as a human being. How do you behave around other people? You kicking them when they're down, or are you over there trying to lift them up? And those, the people that are over there trying to lift them up, those are the people that I try and surround myself with. And I was very fortunate because every single one of these people are those type of people. They're going to lift you up. They're going to strengthen you. And I hope that you can find a group like that in your life, because I'm telling you right now, it'll take you to the next level. It will give you all the things that you thought you didn't have. You know, sometimes it's nice just to vent, just to blow a little smoke and let something out, and or even be a little bit angry. And you know, obviously, you don't want to be angry with your spouse or your children. It's nice to have a group that you can just throw something out there, and they'll either tell you you're being a dummy and pick yourself up and, you know, fix yourself if they're good friends, right? Which these are. They'll kick you in the butt and get you moving in the right direction, or they'll try to give you a workaround. They'll try to you know, give you some advice. Maybe they've been through the same struggles. Maybe they've had a similar situation, and hey, you know what, James, this is how I got out of it. Why don't you try that? So those are all things that we can do for each other. And I would encourage everyone to try to find that core group of people, not people that are there for maybe what you have or who you are, but people that are there for you, that genuinely care about you. Also, I think that I think that as you do that, as you gather that core group around you, it'll make your mind better. Your mind will get better with those people. They'll strengthen you, like I said, encourage you. And the other thing that really helps with that is activity. When you're doing things for the body to make it tired, you feel better. And that's, you know, that's the one of the main reasons I want to try to give that back to the trucking industry, because when I started getting up a little bit earlier, yeah, I was losing a little sleep, but when I started getting up earlier and doing cardio in the morning and then starting my shift, I was more alert. I was better prepared for the day. I started to feel better. I could work those shifts and not be as tired at the end of the day. And then it got to the point where I could get up in the morning and do 40 minutes of cardio and get cleaned up and get in the truck and go work my day. And when my day was over, I could grab my dumbbells and do 20, 30 minutes of dumbbell work and then go for another 30-minute walk. Make myself a nice dinner, sleep great. I just felt better. And everybody can feel that way. When you're working yourself, when you're working your heart and you're sweating a little bit, you're going to feel better, mentally and physically. So anyway, I will definitely post some pictures. There are a couple things I don't want to be on here all night just jamming away. I got lots of stories, but some of those will come out over time. I just wanted to I wanted to give a shout out to my group, my friends. Uh, it's it's kind of a uh, kind of a funny name, but it's you know, don't be a busted ass can of biscuits. So you know, I guess you can get the drift, right? You don't want to be busted out at the seams there, but yeah, I really wanted to give a shout out to them because I'm doing a few things now. Like I said, I'm writing a book. I got other things that I'm working on. Obviously, I'm doing this podcast, but I've got my mind engaged, and I owe a lot of that to them. They really helped pull me out of a dark hole. I'm not going to drop all their names on here because I don't, you know you met one last week, Zach, on our show last week. Zach's one of those guys. You've met Emma. Jesse will be on here next week, and you'll get to meet him. He's got a fantastic story, and he is a great man. Um, he has definitely pulled himself up from a dark place and put himself in a positive light and doing things not just for himself, but for his community and people that are really in need of help. So you will love him. I'm telling you right now, you'll love what he has to say. He's a good dude. He's put in the work. Um, mentally and physically. And I'm really excited to have him on and pick his brain. I want to get to know. I want to learn a lot more about Jesse the man, because he is, like I said, a great guy. And then there's another beautiful lady, Heidi, and Jeff, and those people. I'm telling you right now, they have all helped me and strengthened me to be able to start really trying to do some things. So for that, I am grateful. I also want to give a huge shout out. There's a guy, you should check him out on Instagram. His Instagram handle is, I believe it's Austin Goodwin. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Austin Goodwin. I couldn't remember the last name, but yeah, it's his Instagram handle is at Austin Goodwin. He's a great guy. He just out of the blue saw the podcast, said that he really liked it and wanted to help us out, helped us get on Spotify. So you can find us on Spotify as well as YouTube. But very generous guy. He's also a coach. So, go check out his Instagram. He's a really good guy. So with that, I am truly grateful for all of you. Everybody that's supporting this channel, we truly appreciate it. I mean, we're doing it. We have fun. We enjoy doing it. I have a great time doing it. I have a good time talking with Emma and the guests, and we just kind of, it's really more than anything fun for us. We want it to be fun for you. We want to bring you some decent stories, and we hope that we do that. Like I said, we're going to get better. We're working every week to get better at doing this, because we really do believe that we can bring some good stories and highlight some people that would never get highlighted without someone searching them out. There's a lot of people out there doing great things. They do them unnoticed, and I just think we can all learn from them. And ultimately, that's what I like doing. I love teaching people. I love learning things and then passing that knowledge on to others. So hopefully we can do that for you. And listen, you guys get out there and, one thing, you know what? I got a question the other day. I just bumped my camera. I got a question the other day. Someone was asking, why Peoples? What's up with the name Peoples? And so I have to say, Peoples comes from my grandfather. So my grandfather, we call him Grandpa Bud, George Riblet. He is, what is he, 92 now? But he always had this way of missaying words on purpose just to get a joke, right? So, like, he would say things like, be like, hey, Grandpa, where are you at today? Oh, I'm over here in Tucson, Arizona. What? Tucson, Arizona? What is Tucson, Arizona? And he's like, Tucson, silly. So, things like that. So, go up to a store and it may be closed and go, it's closed. Or, so just little things like that, just playing around. So the name Peoples is kind of just a homage to my grandfather. So I always loved when he did it. It was always funny. And every time I say it, it just kind of makes me smile. And some of my other friends, we've done it as well. Big Sexy, we do it all the time when we're talking on the phone. There's always something. We'll be either spelling it out or, we'd be driving down the road and, is that scale open? It's OPEN, just trying to have a little fun. So anyway, with that, you guys get out there and work hard, peoples. And remember, don't forget to smile. Thanks so much for watching or listening. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook at Work Hard Peoples LLC or Instagram at Work Hard Peoples LLC. You can also find us on our website at workhardpeoples.com. Have a great day or night. Don't forget to smile.